Boys, welcome back to another Bukowski's YouTube video. In this video, we got our week 2 starts and sits for fantasy football. Before we get started though, make sure you hit that like, make sure you hit that subscribe. We're coming out with videos every single week to help you guys win your fantasy leagues.
And guys, if you're interested, check out Thrive Fantasy. It's the first link in the description. They got the best payouts for any app on player props, and we're posting on our Instagram story, on YouTube, and on our TikTok some of our favorite props, so guys, go check them out.
Our first must-start player of the week is Chase Edmunds. Last week, he was actually very close to a workhorse. He played 71% of snaps, which is very high for RBs in this day and age. He had also 4 catches for 40 yards, which is very solid PPR work. Last week, the Ravens let Michael Carter and Breece Hall get 13 catches on him for 78 yards. They let up PPR for running backs like crazy. We love Chase Edmunds this week.
Our second start of the week is Darnell Mooney going up against the Green Bay Packers. He had a horrible week 1, had under 2 fantasy points, which is obviously atrocious, but they were playing in a rainstorm, so you got to give him a pass. Plus, he's versus the Packers, who let Justin Jefferson go crazy on them. Justin Jefferson was the wide receiver 1 on the week. Absolutely love Darnell Mooney's upside this week.
Our third start of the week is Jeff Wilson. We expect Jeff to be the clear RB1 after Elijah Mitchell's injury. Obviously, Trey Lance is going to get rushing attempts. Obviously, Debo might take some goal line work. But last year in games where Jeff Wilson played over 70% of snaps, he had 20 and 15 fantasy points. Last week, he played 56% of snaps, and that was even after Elijah Mitchell played the first 4 drives. We love Jeff Wilson to be close to a workhorse. The Niners are favored 9.5 points to this game. It should be a rainstorm. They're going to run the ball a lot, and we love Jeff Wilson.
Our fourth start of the week is Julio Jones at the New Orleans Saints. Julio Jones looked really good week 1. Yes, he's getting up there in age, but he still looked like a great player week 1. Plus, Mike Evans is questionable, Russell Gage is questionable, Leonard Fournette is questionable, and Chris Godwin is out. Yes, also Julio is questionable, but assuming he plays, we expect him to have a good game. Plus, Mike Evans always struggles against the Saints. Marshawn Lattimore always clamps him up. We would not be surprised at all if Julio is the wide receiver 1 this week for the Buccaneers.
And our fifth and final must-start player of the week is Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk was the clear wide receiver 1 for the Jaguars last week. 12 targets, 6 catches, 117 yards. Against the Colts, we expect the Jaguars to be down. They're going to be throwing a lot. Who's Trevor Lawrence going to be looking for? It's Christian Kirk. We love him for week 2.
Our first sit of the week is Rashaad Penny. Rashaad Penny was efficient last week in his amount of touches, but he just didn't get a lot of them. Plus, he's going up against the 49ers this week, who held David Montgomery to 1.5 yards per carry. Their run defense was amazing last week. We expect the Seahawks to play from behind in a rain game. Don't love Penny's upside this week.
Our second sit of the week is Cordarrelle Patterson. Again, you can maybe only sit him if you have someone on your bench, but Patterson last week in week 1, he looked amazing. 22 carries, over 120 rushing yards, had 3 catches, about 16 receiving yards, I think, but the Rams are a very good defense. They were very good against the Bills running backs in week 1, even though they did get blown out. Also, we expect Atlanta to be down in this game, have to throw the ball. We do not think Patterson's going to get close to that 22 rushing attempts, and we don't absolutely love him for week number 2.
Our third sit of the week, another player, not sure if you can say because you drafted him so high, is David Montgomery. David Montgomery last week was super inefficient. 1.5 yards per carry is horrible. Plus, he had 17 rushing attempts, which is a good number, but Khalil Herbert had 9 as well. He's not the full bell cow that we're used to seeing from Montgomery. Don't love him this week against the Packers.
Our fourth sit of the week is Miles Sanders. Again, I don't know if you can sit this guy, but if you have someone solid on your bench, maybe you consider it. He had a pretty good week 1, over 18 PPR points, but he did only play 52% of snaps. He finally got a rushing touchdown, but the Eagles also had 3 other rushing touchdowns. So when they score, it also is a very low chance it is Miles Sanders. Going against the Vikings, we expect both teams to score maybe a decent amount, have to pass a good amount, and we don't love Miles Sanders for week 2.
And our last sit of the week, more so a temper expectation than an actual sit, is Mike Evans. We talked about it before with Julio Jones. Mike Evans always struggles against the Saints. His last 4 games put up 12, 2, 10, and 7 points. Marshawn Lattimore always seems to clamp him up in these games. Plus, we expect Julio to have a better game. Also, with Mike Evans' calf injury, he might be limited in this game. Don't love his upside. You probably have to start him, but again, temper expectations.
And boys, thanks so much for watching the video. Again, if you made it to the end, make sure to hit that like, make sure to subscribe. We're coming out with videos all throughout the season to help you guys win your fantasy championships. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys next time.